Hello everyone, my name is Abbie. I am the head of engineering at Arlo software. We are a global SaaS company and we're based out in Little Petone. We are not security cameras. I've already been asked a couple of times today, just to clear that one up straight away. So we specialise in creating learning software for learning providers. So what we aim to do is to take the painful admin out of their day-to-day so that they can focus on what they do best, delivering great learning. That's the sales pitch. Okay, and this, as you can see on here, lots of colour. This is some of our Wellington team. I think it was 2 weeks ago now. We are very happy there because we just celebrated winning gold, winning the technology category at the Wellington Gold Awards. And if you ever come across my LinkedIn, you'll see that's posted multiple times because I'm very, very proud of our achievements there. So I'm here today to talk to you about leadership and engineering. I was supposed to talk about engineering leadership, and then I realised that I don't think everybody in this room is is a leader in engineering. So sort of flipped it on its head a little bit. So hopefully it will appeal to all of you. As you just heard, my leadership career spans across a multitude of industries, companies, some great, some not so great. So National Australia Bank's collections department. It was a big learning curve, and I probably can't repeat a lot of those stories. It's scarred. But each opportunity that I've had throughout my career, which we were just counting before, is about 15 years now in leadership, I've been able to, learn and grow and develop myself to be better, and ultimately to lead my people to be better and enable them to be great leaders. So, who here is in a leadership role? Well, actually, you're all in a leadership role, technically. So I want you to think about leadership a little bit differently today. Leadership is not just a title, it's a choice. It's a choice to get up in the morning. It's a choice to go to the gym. Leadership is a choice to call your loved ones, to check in on them, to feed the cat, to water the plants, or whatever else is important to you. Self-leadership is the choice that we make every day, so please don't think that this is going to be just about a title or a role or a level that you want to aspire to. This is about everybody and with a focus on how you can lead yourself and enable others to be better as well. So, what is leadership in engineering? The first things that always come to mind, it's a coach, it's a mentor. Those are the easy ones, but there's a whole lot more to it. You can see a lot of bubbles up there that won't even encapsulate all of what leadership is. But it's the art of listening, mobilizing others, it's showing up, it's delivering, it's engaging and being inquisitive. It's about learning and sharing and leaning into the hard stuff like constructive feedback, like getting up on stage and talking when it's not your natural thing. It's about celebrating the wins, creating space to embrace the failures. It's about leading technical direction, leading collaboration, engineering excellence, so much more. But most of all, it's about striving to be the best version of yourself and bringing the people along the journey with you. So why is it special in a cloud-native world? Well, we all know that we work in a very, very complex environment, and we need to be able to make the right decisions quickly by engaging the right people, tools, and data to help those decisions. The other thing we really know is that change is always constant, and we've heard a lot about it today. So to keep up with that, we need to make sure that we're nimble, we fail fast, and we pivot quickly to succeed. And by doing that, you're creating a culture that it promotes empowerment and innovation and being inquisitive. Getting the right people in the room is also something that you need to prioritize. Promoting diversity and thinking about the needs and the outcomes that you're wanting to drive is so important as well, while making it a really safe environment for those diverse thoughts to flourish. Collaboration is an absolute art. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my little cursor. That helps. Yeah, collaboration is art, and it's important to both self and engineering leadership. It's important to create groups and cohorts, cross-functional expertise, so that knowledge sharing, demos and ways of working just happen organically. It's also special because at times we need to actually remove the hierarchy, remove the leadership roles. When I get my engineering leads into a room together, they know that they have the depth of knowledge and experience to make the calls, and they do not need me there to be the yes or no person. They need me there just to help them keep things on track, ask the deeper questions so that we can get out those forgotten insights, and keep them on the strategic direction and keep that insight as well. So I will always take their lead and I will take their suggestions. But ultimately, the goal of cloud-native technology is to provide better value to our customers. So we kind of have to be crazy about them in our approach, our understanding of our customers' needs, collecting feedback, continuously improving our products and services. And lastly, you always need to make sure that you're at the top of the game, because if you stop learning, you stop evolving as well. So what I want to do now is I want to dig a little bit deeper into, I can't dig deeper into all of them, we'll run over time, but just a couple of these topics as well. Leaning in firstly to getting the right people in the room. So you really need to be deliberate about the diversity that you're trying to build. You need to know what skills, experience, and knowledge that you need, while aligning that with the outcomes that you're wanting to drive. It's absolutely vital. You need to know the strengths and the weaknesses of those that are already in the teams that you're looking after or working with, and align those with business outcomes and goals that you're trying to reach. If you're wanting a team of people that are going to move fast, well then ideally you're wanting to bring in more like-minded people to move fast with great experience and can really hit the ground running. But if you're wanting to bring in diversity in thought and in direction and bring in innovation, you have to be purposeful and lead with that diversity. And so diversity sort of takes on many different facets, but when I'm talking about diversity, I'm talking about diversity in thought, age, experience, roles, outlooks, core values, gender, ability, locality, culture, and so much more. But when we're building and looking for those diverse people, we also need to make sure that we are bringing in people that have the ability to be open-minded and the willingness to share and learn, because although it's great to have a whole lot of diverse people, we're all individuals, and some of us don't like to actually embrace opposing views. Oh no, sorry, I was thinking I was on the wrong side. Opposing views. So I'm really focused on this when I'm building my teams. I think deeply about what I need and what type of people that I'm bringing in. And I'm thinking about what do I want to achieve, and how do I execute our vision. Bringing in, how do I bring in a set of people that are going to help us grow and develop and bring the best out of each other as well. Some people have, and I'm a bit like this at times, strong opinions about the attitude versus aptitude idea. And again, I think it's really a balance. You need to have a bit of both when you're working in teams. Having the right attitude aligned with the right experience really helps prevent time wastage there as well. Removing biases, we all have them, and sometimes it's really good to have people with you that think like you, but it's also, sometimes it's totally unhelpful if you're going in the wrong direction. So it's important to keep these in check. And engage in regular bias training. There's lots of training online, there's lots of free stuff as well. And there's also some really cool tools out there in the market. So at Arlo we use a Catherine Mansfield gender decoder, which is really, really cool. So you just run that over your job ads or your position descriptions, and it sort of tells you what way you're swaying. So the idea is you're not wanting to have just a female sway or a male sway, you're actually trying to find a closeness in the middle there as well. And you've really got to actually take some time to challenge your own views. It's really important. In my last role at Xero, I had held a very, very strong opinion around people leadership, and that having an experienced people leader was the most important thing. And with that, having an ability to grow the technical understanding. And Xero is quite different to Arlo, so Xero, well, I think they got up to like 5,000. We've got a staff of 60, so quite different. And so at Xero, there was the opportunity to, I guess, have the structure around you to grow and develop and nurture and upskill your people. So you had a lot more space. And now that I'm in Arlo, you know, it's a smaller company, and we have to do a whole lot more with a whole lot less, and that's why that lift and shift really doesn't work. So I've pivoted my views, and I'm always open to pivoting my views, and I think we all should be. Now we've got a mixture. We've got team leads that are doing a 50-50 balance, at 50% leadership, 50% on the tools. We've got team leads that have strong leadership, very strong process and delivery, and we have leads that are strong leaders and technical mastery in their field. So it's really good to have that balance in such a small team. It's really important to be nimble and fail fast and pivot quickly. Here's a great insight. So the best work experience is when I know that I have the trust to be innovative and to take new direction, get it wrong, pivot and win. These experiences give me more than any guided learning. So the question you've got to ask is, how do you create an environment to embody this? Well, first of all, you've got to get the right people in the room. And then we've got to make it safe for them to do what they need to do. So when you start, it's really important to make sure you set those guardrails up front when you're forming the team. Establish your values, maybe set a charter. This really helps our engineers and everyone feel safe. They know what's important, and that even when it goes wrong, it's okay, because they have created a space where they can fail quickly and learn. And make sure that we have multiple options in our approach, and that we are being safe by having a plan B, or a roll forward plan, or a roll back plan as well. Collaboration is the best way to make sure decisions are not made in isolation. And in a small SaaS company, you see that a lot, because you know it's been bootstrapped and come from nothing to a bigger team. So as we grow, that's really, really vital to us to make sure that we have different people in the room with different knowledge and experience to help us plan and make the right decisions. Documenting your decision making is so important, because we document how we do things, we document when we get it wrong, but sometimes we don't document why we've made the choices that we've made. And it's really important, because it helps the people that come after you not make the same mistakes, and also it helps when you need to ask for forgiveness if something hasn't gone too well. You need to really own up to when you make a mistake, and when a process has failed, and put your hands up and own it. Mitigate the bleeding, create space to learn from what has happened. So, you know, think about the failing fast, mitigate the bleeding, and then actually, what can we learn from this? Why did it happen? Is there something that we could have done better, picked up earlier? Was it process? Was it people? Was it tech? And when we find that out, it's really, really important to share that as well. Failures, mistakes, and learnings, they can be your best friend after the fact. I tell all of my people and those that I mentor that when you get through the other side of those situations, to take a step back and think about it as a whole. Think about what your input was, and what was the input of others. What did you do well, and what did you do not so well as well? And ask yourself, what can I learn here? And even if it's the smallest thing, it's important to make sure that you take a learning out of every situation. And really, really ask yourself, what will I do differently next time? It's important to document this as well, and this is probably always the tip that I give, is those situations are the best interview answers for that next role that you're going to get as well. Authenticity is really the core of leadership. It can be as easy as treat others as you wish to be treated. And I know a lot of us would have heard that as kids growing up. Always be as authentic as you possibly can, no matter your role, experience, your status. You will not always be right, and that's a really good thing. So lean into the idea of being proven wrong, and tell your people to prove you wrong as well, because that means that they care a lot, they care deeply, and they're not just following what the boss says. There is massive power in vulnerability and ownership, and when you get things wrong, it can take some time to own it in public, but it's really powerful when you do that, when you stand up and you say, all right, I did that, sorry guys, I'm not too sure what happened there, because you have no idea who you're inspiring behind you. One thing I always take pride in is making sure everybody realises, though I'm pretty sure they do, that I'm never the smartest person in the room. But I know that, at the table, I'm a voice, and together we can do amazing work together. Awesome. Cool. And lean into those tough conversations really early. So one of my amazing leaders, Paula, her mantra is feedback is a gift. And it is a gift, because you never know when people have or have not had coaching in the past. And remember that words do matter, and how you treat people matters, because you really never know the power of your words and your actions until after the fact. I was going to go into a little story, but I've got a red flashing light down here, so I might skip that one. I'm kind of going to leave you with one thought. Remember that leadership isn't always a role. It's a mindset, it's a choice, and it's yours to harness. Thank you very much.